Hi guys, this video is in the continuation of the book I Can Make You Thin. So let's get started with our second episode in which we are going to discuss first pattern of the three patterns of eating stated in the previous video. Pattern 1. Obsessive dieting. I have browsed through some of the recent releases in the weight loss section of my local bookstore. What I found astounding was that despite the fact that nearly all of them were filled with forbidden food lists, menus, and calorie guides, they each begin with the words, "This is not a diet." Let's begin by getting one thing straight. A diet is any system of eating that attempts to exert external control over what, where, when, or how much you eat. Dieting has gotten a bad name over the past few years, and there's a good reason for that. Scientific research shows that more than 90% of people who attempt to lose weight by dieting fail. Whenever somebody comes up to tell me about the weight they have lost on this great new diet, I ask them to come back and tell me about it in 6 months' time. If they are still happy about their weight and their diet in 6 months, I am ready to listen. Unfortunately, I am still waiting for anybody to come back. My theory? Too many diets, too few results. With over 25,000 diet books currently in print, many of which contain directly contradictory information. Is it any wonder you find yourself as confused and misguided as the multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry? It is not just that diets don't work. Many of them an outright con. In fact, when I see celebrities who have battled their weight problems endorsing the latest fad diet, I don't know how they keep a straight face. In most instances, what they have actually done is tried a diet, lost weight, and then put the weight back on again a few months later. Then they simply tried another diet and lost weight and promoted that one for a few months until the weight start piling back on. In case you haven't picked up on the message here, it's this. Forget about dieting forever. Diets are essentially training courses in how to get fat and feel like a failure. The more diets people try and fail at, the more they convince themselves they will never be able to lose weight. What nobody tells you is that the real reason most weight loss programs don't work has nothing to do with you. It's to do with the human biology. In his seminal study into human starvation during the Second World War, biological researcher Ansel Keys discovered that reducing people's diet to a state of semi-starvation produced symptoms of irritability, loss of endurance, and obsessive behavior around food, including but not limited to lying, hoarding, and stealing. Even more telling, in the 3-month period after the semi-starvation was ended and people could once again eat whatever they wanted, their obsession with food continued. Many people ate up to 8 times as much food as they had done before the study began. Does any of this sound familiar? That experiment, documented in the 1950s treatise The Biology of Human Starvation, is considered unreplicable. After all, to starve people purposely would be cruel and inhuman. But here's an interesting fact. The semi-starvation rations from the original study amounted about 1500 calories a day, more than is allowed in any number of the thousands of diets currently in vogue. What all this goes to show is that depriving yourself of food is the worst possible way to lose weight. And if what you are doing is not working, you need to do something different.